everybody. Welcome to this month's forum. It's always nice. You know, it's been more than 2 years now since we had the forum, and it's just so fun to have the opportunity to talk to everybody, share ideas. And let me start with introducing my team, and then I will have my special speaker to talk first about this topic, which is the principle of the Sun Style 73 forms. And then I'll talk after that. And then after that, there will be questions and discussion, comments. If you send us questions prior, then you get priority. Otherwise, just put your question in chat and we'll bring it up. And about this, Pat, please.
Thank you, Dr. Lam. I had started Tai Chi in the early 1990s in Yang style in a very traditional setting. And I didn't have the good fortune of meeting Dr. Lam until 1999 and learning a little bit more about Sun. But honestly, you know, I often hear the comment that I was thinking then, and it's a long time ago. I'm going to try to share with you my own explorations in this, because 24 years ago, I thought that where are the principles? I can't see them in Sun. I was so used to looking at the slow, even movements in Yang style. And I thought that Sun didn't even look like Tai Chi to me. It looked very choppy and everyone was so high up. I even said that to Dr. Lam once when I had sponsored him to come for a workshop. And he was telling me all about Sun. And I said, but I just don't see it. I don't know. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't look like Tai Chi. And of course, any of you who have ever had a question for Dr. Lam, you know that he's very wise. And in his wisdom, he said, just stick with it for a while, just try it. And we'll talk in a year or so. We'll talk about it again after you've tried it. That was such great advice. And what I've learned through my own Tai Chi journey is that you don't see, I didn't see the principles in Sun in the same way. They're not right up there on the surface all the time. As you gain depth in your Tai Chi, as each of us does, we can see deeper and deeper. But Sun style is expressed a little bit differently, and it has a lot of very internal components. Dr. Lam said to me once, I think the two styles that are the most similar are Chen and Sun. And I was so surprised because I wasn't seeing it that way. But once I felt it and did the movements and was patient with myself and stuck with it, I understood a little bit more about what he was trying to say. It is not slow, smooth, and continuous on the surface because the follow step is so obvious. But when you try to feel what's happening under the deep muscle layers and go into the length of your leg, you can feel the slow opening up and releasing, kind of like with a rubber band. Slowly, slowly, slowly open, slowly, slowly, slowly release. And the same with the arm, extending, extending, extending. But don't think, oh, my hand's by my ear, now my hand's pushing forward, my hand is center front, because that's very external, that's about my hand. If I try to just go inside myself and even visualize what's happening to all these little rubber bands, old-fashioned dolls used to have the rubber bands in their joints. And I think of that sometimes, stretching, opening up in each knuckle of each finger, opening up in the wrist, opening up in the elbow and the shoulder. You can even try it sitting there to put your arm out and just think of your arm. But then think of it opening slowly, slowly, slowly. expanding, 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 and then slowly releasing back again.
Thank you, Pat. That's really nice. In a way, I had sort of similar experience when I first saw Sun style demonstrate by the creator, my teacher, Professor Meng, who created the 73 forms. Of course, it was great, but it didn't attract me just looking at it. Until much later, when I start practicing it, that's the difference. When you start doing the Sun style, doing what Pat talked about, then something happens. You really feel the chi. So I'm going to get you to join me, do some practice to feel it. It's really interesting too when you go back to the life of Mr. Sun. He's just an incredible man. He's an orphan, and he used to follow his teacher. While his teacher riding a donkey, he used to run after him, and he's really good, very quick. And his teacher is amazing too, who open-minded enough that his teacher asked him to learn another art. So his teacher was a Xingyi internal art teacher, and then his teacher introduced him to Bakwa teachers to learn. So that is how open-minded, which those days it's pretty rare. A lot of martial art teachers think they are the best, and even as far as looking at another style, you can get expelled. In fact, some time ago, a USA participant told me that she got expelled from her Tai Chi class because her teacher found out she bought my video and looked at my video, and she got expelled. So that is kind of what they used to do in the old days. And yet Mr. Sun's teacher was so open-minded. And Mr. Sun himself, at age of 50, he was kind. He met Mr. Ho, who was sick, and he took care of Mr. Ho, put him in a hotel, get a teacher, a doctor to look after him. And when Mr. Ho got better, he stayed in Mr. Sun's house for 3 months and teach Mr. Sun Tai Chi. And that is quite amazing because Mr. Sun was a very famous teacher of Xingyi and Bakwa. He is over 50 and he's still open-minded to learn. And it's interesting that a lot of people think Mr. Sun integrates Xingyi and Bakwa with Tai Chi because Xingyi and Bakwa also base a lot on the law of nature. So while there's different aspects of it, people feel that Mr. Sun had integrated. And interestingly enough, in his own writing, Mr. Sun says, my Tai Chi is pure Tai Chi. You don't have to do Xingyi or Bakwa to be good at my Tai Chi, which is very interesting that he has to defend himself. So my take is, of course, just my take, that I think Mr. Sun has understand Tai Chi so well and incorporated his other knowledge so well that it is pure Tai Chi in that sense, and it's different. It had all the Tai Chi principle as Pat was talking about, but it's different. It has some different things. For example, open close is so Sun, and no other Tai Chi style have something so simple yet so deep and so wonderful, so much about Qi. So I can talk about that forever, but I think the best way is how I got to like Sun style was just to try it. And after I tried it, it's so easy to feel it and got sort of addicted to Sun style. And as you know, Sun style is in every Tai Chi for Health programs because it's just so amazing. So 73, I think it's better to have just more of a few, and then you can then explore more, and certainly I'll talk more about how to learn more. But meanwhile, I'd like you to join me, and we'll try a bit of applying that principle that Pat's been talking about, and with also my way of looking at it, and you feel it. So if you're comfortable sitting, you don't have to get up to do it. You can just do the warm-up. I'll do 3 simple warm-up with you. You can do that sitting down, and you can follow me sitting down and just visualize as though you're standing up like me. But of course, if you want to stand up like me, that would be nice too. Join me in, just have a try a taste of it. So we're going to just do a simple warm-up. Have a little shake if you're sitting down, or just walk around, loosen up a little bit. We're just going to do a very mild form of Tai Chi, and then we're going to start with the neck first, and gently push your chin back, and then push as though there's a gentle resistance, and slowly, slowly bend your neck. Breathing in and allow your chi to raise. Push gently against a gentle pressure, and then again pushing out as though there's a gentle resistance, and breathing out, let your chi sink. One more time. And if you don't understand, just imagine that sinking your chi is, imagine you're breathing out and there's something inside you going down, like your internal energy going down to the dantian as you breathe out. And then the next warm-up exercise, we're going to do stretching, stretching the spine. We're going to carry this ball and just breathing out, feel your chi sinking to the dantian and stretch your spine. And then we're going to do breathing out and gentle stretch. And then an in breath as you're carrying that ball, and out breath. And feel your chi just as though you're pushing something down gently. Okay, then we're going to do a stretch for the knee. So make 2 gentle fists, and I'm going to do mirror image to you. So your left foot, heel, foot, and then gently weight forward, coming back, and the other side. So imagine you're using your energy to gently, gently punch. As you do that, you're breathing out, sink your chi, and feel your energy coming from here, going forward. So breathing out, allow your joint to song, like Pat was saying. Let your elbow, your shoulder open up, your elbow stretch, and then you coordinate it with your weight. Heel, foot down, no weight yet, and then shift your weight, and breathing out, song your joints. The follow step is a wonderful move, and that actually comes from the chain style. In the chain style, this move is a little bit quicker, but it follow, push down, sink your chi, and then deliver your energy. And it usually move a bit faster, whereas the follow step in Sun style, just about everywhere you go forward, there's always a follow step. that follow step, follow and pushing down on the ball of the foot, as Pat was mentioning, when you push down, you allow your hip to open up. So song your quad or song your hip. Breathe out and let the chi sinks down, and then you deliver your energy. So to do the follow step is like a brush knee, heel, foot, and then shift your weight, and then follow step just before your hands reach a final destination. Then you push down with the ball of the foot, and while your weight still on this other foot, and then you open up your hip, open up your knee joints, open up your quad from inside, and then breathing out and singing, allow the energy to go as though pushing the chi through here. And so to really help your chi to flow, you need to do this, allow the joint to open up. So if you're really tense and push, the chi doesn't flow, it will become an external movement. And of course, it takes a bit of practice to get the idea. You can just try to pretend it's there, and then gradually allow your joint to song, feel your chi sinking, coordinate with that last little delivering force. Then you find there's something warm in your palm as you push down. You find that you are stable because your chi is sinking down. And you can find there's something, your whole body is balanced and your chi, your joints are open. And if you find you're doing that, then you will not be so internal. Allow sinking and feel that, and then moving on to the next movement. And I spent 2 days running a workshop for people who done Tai Chi for arthritis and falls prevention, and I call that the Exploring the Depth of Tai Chi for Arthritis and Falls Prevention. In it, I slowly started with the principle, the movement, and then gradually working towards how to deliver this chi and how to allow your chi to move on to the next stage and use it to generate more chi. So I guess it's not possible for me to do it in 10 minutes or 20 minutes for a 2-day workshop. Part of that 2-day workshop comes from the fact that you know the form, and then it was only to give you a direction for you to keep following and working on it. But judging from hundreds of these workshops around, I know people get the idea and they really understand it. And I see some of the participants who came back to the same workshop or in other workshops, I can see they really getting it, and the internal energy is sort of soft but powerful, and really make you feel good. So what I did just now is kind of an outline, and you can come to my depth workshop, or we do have an online Tai Chi workshop where I have taped one of those workshops that you can access to, you can subscribe to. And the key of all that is based on practice. Remember early on, Pat was talking about how he got to understand Sun style and myself, how I got to like Sun style. It is doing it. It is practicing, feeling the chi, moving, doing the movements. And once you understand the direction, once you understand it's an internal art, that you use your internal energy, then it becomes just really nice when you practice. Let me do another one. Leisurely time code is the theme movement. part of that Li Shi Tai code follows the brush knee. And Sun style Li Shi Tai code is sort of different.